apparently went to school with us. I can't remember.
I got that old Delta 88 from Fishfield.
Oh, really?
That big 4-door 68
Mm.
with the 455.
Oh, that
the one we did donuts on.
with the
Princeton
steering
Harbor,
column.
with telescopic,
Yeah.
tilt steering wheel. That was awesome.
All right, so how about the Corvette? You guys remember
Corvette.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I know
I
a
remember
little
the
of that.
59
Okay.
body. That's all I remember.
All right, well,
Lee had a hard on for that body for years because it sat
Totally.
that junkyard that was on Park Street by the bridge. It's like you'd see it every time you come over the bridge. You'd see that body sitting on. I mean, it was like way up high on the stack of cars, and you'd see that body all the time. And he was always talking about how he wanted to have that at one time. And I think he finally got it for. I think he said $250. So he had that sitting in the shop for a while.
It's like his
And then-
ultimate fantasy.
Yeah, it's like he had a total hard on for it. And then, what's his name? Apodaca, the guy who always had Corvettes, plowed one of his Corvettes. He had like a 60 or a 58 or something like that. And so he had a bent frame, and that ended up being the frame for that Corvette. He bought that frame off of Apodaca for like, I don't know, probably a couple $100. And it's like the back end of the frame was like jacked up a little bit, but it wasn't bad. So he put that on the frame, and then he wanted to get it rolling so bad. It's like, what can we do and what do we have?
Was it out in front of his house for a while?
No, it's sat in the
I'm getting confused
backyard.
with El Camino he had on pallets and sitting in front of the house. Remember that?
No, I don't remember that. But he had it sitting in the back. I think it was just to the side of the garage, or right in front of the garage in the back, just sitting like that on blocks for a long time. And then it was like, he wanted to make it roll, so he had me weld pads for spring pads on this Ford 9-inch rear that I think he had left over from that that plowed Grande coupe.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that, and he actually, at some point, he got that under the car. I don't think I was there for it. He got that under the car, and then he needed a front end, and he's like, well, I got that Formula Firebird front end that was at the shop. It was the guy, who was the guy that shared the shop with him? It was like,
I don't remember his name.
what the hell was it? I can't remember.
John.
But it was like a name that he made fun of all the time. Marcus. His name was Marcus.
That's right.
I always called him Mucus. Mucus is Firebird, and so that was like all fucked up, and he got the front end off of it, and he was all excited because it had like disc. I think it had disc brakes and this and that, and it'll handle really good. So he welded that on to the frame somehow, or bolted it up to the frame, or something. I don't know, but the next time I came back, the thing rolled. It had 4 wheels under it, and you could push it around. And I think at that point it ended up at the shop. And then
I just don't remember that.
then there was some discussion about the motor, and he had a 440 from Dennis's Polaris or something?
I remember that Dennis's had a patrol car.
Polara, yeah.
That old 66, 67 Polara.
Yeah. I remember
That thing was
I remember
wicked
Dennis
cool.
telling me the coolest thing about it was that when you opened up the door and you were really drunk, a little light came on and lit up the place where the ignition. So if you're all fucked up, you could find
Still find the hole.
You could find the hole. So I think the motor was from that.
That's weird that car would have died that way.
I don't
I
know.
thought the motor would have came out.
Yeah, it was. I don't remember where else he would have got a 440 from, because he didn't. The Roadrunner had a 383, and that lived in it for its entire life, I think.
Oh, when I was up talking to the demolition derby guy up in Santa Rosa, he said that the Impala he was using was a Spirit of 76 Impala. You know the Spirit of 76 ones that came out? No, it was like the patriotic version that Chevy put out.
I don't
GM
remember
put
it.
out.
I do not
Well,
remember.
Lee had a Nova that he got from some guy named John. It was a Spirit of 76 powder blue Nova. It has the American Eagles on the front seats and the red, white, and blue, this, that, and the other thing, and the steering wheel's different. And you don't remember that car?
No, I don't.
He got into a dispute with the guy, and he wanted to make the car disappear. So he cut the entire perfectly good Nova up into little tiny pieces and threw away one piece at a time. That will get him.
This guy we know whose name we can't recall.
That'll teach him.
He did a lot of. Remember my mom's Nomad when we wrecked it. I wrecked it. It's like we yanked the 6-cylinder and the Power Glide out of that and put it in that 65 Chevelle that they had at school, at high school. That was the auto shop car. And it's like we got it a big deal with the auto shop teacher. It's like we could have this rented tomorrow, or on Monday. It was like Friday, and we yanked this 6-cylinder and the Power Glide out of my mom's wagon after I crashed it, and
on Highway 1.
No, that was
different
Donald
crash.
Jew delivery service. Donald Jew picking up spilled Chinese food out of the front seat after I crashed it to complete the deliveries. But we after we took that motor and trans out of the Nomad, it's like we had that forklift that Marcus had that had the flat tire. We put air in it, and then we got this chain. It's like we flipped the thing over on its roof and we had a chain, and Lee is like driving up and down Tidewater with the upside down Nomad dragging along behind it on this chain. And he's hitting, taking swings at it at the windshield with a sledgehammer and just all kinds of weird shit.